Was that what it was really like, or was that a choice you made when you were making the movie? What I mean is, it didn't seem hot, humid, awful. It's
talk to either of our actors who played soldiers about that scene where they were climbing the hill in wool uniforms. An interesting thing about heat in movies is unless you actually show fans, it's why you see newscasters always frying eggs on the sidewalk on a hot day, is you actually have to show it. You have to show people wiping sweat away and make a big deal of it. So I didn't play it any hotter than it was, and when you see people sweating, you see them sweating. Filipino people, of that era, and the people in the village dress properly, so when they're working, they're actually covered up from the sun, and they're wearing clothes that are loose but actually absorb, perspiration, so you don't see them, looking quite as hot as the soldiers do. They're more used to the heat. They have figured out how to work in that kind of heat. The carabao, that great water buffalo, if you pull that, one of the things we had to worry about, there's a scene where the carabao brings the dead body, of the coolies back into the village. Carabao really can't be out of the water for too long on a hot day. So if you're working one in the city, you have a bucket of water, and every once in a while you have to dump it on their heads. That's just kind of something. If you're around carabao, you say, "Oh my God, they better get that carabao out of the sun. He's going to die of a stroke." It was pleasant. We had to make our own rain. We were smart enough not to shoot in real monsoon season. It's much easier to live with rain where you make it, and you can actually have a place that's dry to stand and watch rather than work in the monsoon. I didn't want to make the weather more extreme than it would have been. People adjust. The Army didn't adjust very quickly, so those soldiers were wearing those wool uniforms for another year or two before they kind of figured out, oh, maybe now that we're imperialists, we're going to have to figure out something lighter for our guys to wear. Yes.